Alright, so I just played through a new game, and it's called PT. I downloaded it off PSN on my PS4, and man, what an experience. So, for those of you who don't know, this game was put on PSN just out of nowhere, and it has a fake studio name. And obviously it's Silent Hills, the new entry in the Silent Hills series, being made by Hideo Kojima, Del Toro. There's a bunch of other people too, and basically Silent Hill, for those of you who haven't really played it, it's like an adventure game but survival horror. And to put it into perspective, people talk about scary games all the time, and I'm like, oh come on, you're such a fucking pussy. Like, really? But no, this game, that was me. Like, that was genuinely me. I started it up. After a little bit, I had to turn it off. I could not beat PT. I was so freaked out. I was so caught up in the atmosphere. There was so much going on, and I couldn't do it. And then this morning, and that was last night, but this morning I decided to try it out again, and I, did not complete the game because there's a huge puzzle at the end. That's very difficult to figure out. In fact, there's a whole bunch of theories going on right now as to how to beat this game, and no one really knows the definitive answer. And even Hideo Kojima said that he thinks it'll be a week before we have the definitive answer on how to beat the game. So it's gonna be a while, maybe a week, yeah. But this game is a first-person game. You only use the analog sticks, sort of. Basically, you walk around just like any other first-person shooter, but then if you click in the right trigger, it'll zoom in. And basically, that's how you like look at something, pick it up, look through like a door, and it is so fucking weird, man. The scares, the jumps, because some of it is stuff that you don't really expect in how the game operates, where you can definitely see why this is free, where they only used like a hallway basically as their assets, where it's like an L-shaped hallway and there's one room, well, I guess two rooms. That's it. That's the entire game, and it's about going back and forth. Like, it's a cycle that never ends. You open up one door, you end up on the other side somehow, and basically it's like you're trying to survive this ghost encounter, and at the same time the radio's on. It's telling the story as you go through. You learn of who this victim probably is, and the victim, I mean a person that was murdered, and you're being haunted by this person. And there's I think she might have been pregnant too. I could be telling the story incorrectly, but it involves a fetus, and there's moaning and crying and the baby laughing, and every time you go through the hallway it's different though. They add so many effects, the lighting, the hauntings. It is so surreal. And not only that, this is hands down graphically the best game I've ever seen. I cannot think of a game that looked better, that impressed me more. And I think that's why I was so scared. It almost looks photorealistic. This is hands down, like, again, the closest game I've ever seen to be photorealistic. It looked amazing. And, oh man, I enjoyed it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get the game. Reason being, I was so scared. Am I gonna feel like that the entire, like, if it's a 20-hour game, am I gonna just, be scared for 20 hours? Is that what I want? Like, I'm not entirely sure. But in terms of quality, if that's what you're looking for, this will be a day one. This game is so much more than just like the next survival horror. Like, there's so much to it. I love it, and that's it. So definitely get it. At least try out PT. So with that being said, see you guys later.